a few areas that set them apart. The biggest one on the AI leader is that they have developed a broad-based business view of the value of their technology. So number one, they're looking for ways that AI can change their business, not just make the business they do faster. So that's one area that the leader is really different, the applications of AI to change their business. The second thing that's really differentiating between the leaders and the laggards is that the leaders have considered strategic questions early and developed policies around them, around data management and around data governance and around data ethics with AI, such that they have a framework within which AI and machine learning can be applied to their business that allows them to change and interact with their customers. 95% of leaders have tackled and solved data management issues, and barely 23% of the non-leaders have tackled the same issues. So you can see that the gap is quite high between the two. And then maybe another surprising theme that came out of the report is that leaders have recognized the talent crunch in AI and have made a concerted effort toward driving and developing the talent needed for AI. A large part of the focus on talent for AI to date has been getting the people who are strong in mathematics, getting the people who are strong in AI and technologies that support AI. And the real focus has been on that side. But where do you make your money out of AI projects are when you apply them to your business, either to improve the business you're already doing or to transform your business. And that requires a deep business understanding. So the talent required is almost more important that they understand business. But what's really important to realize about the mathematical skills, the statistical skills, and the technology skills needed for AI is that they'll become ubiquitous to doing business just like any other of your business skills, financial skills, et cetera. Well, in APAC, that the leaders are very focused on monetization. The non-leaders tend to be more focused on the cost control and the operational improvements. So the difference you see is the change between leadership and between non-leadership. And I think that we're reaching, let's say, a tipping point in that, to where I can see that APAC is right on the edge of really embracing AI in all aspects of their business. The number of projects that are being run amongst the leaders, the value they're delivering amongst the leaders is quite demonstrable and evident across the region. And additionally, a difference between APAC and the rest of the world is that in terms of AI investment and who expects to spend more money on AI over the next 3 years, APAC is the undisputed leader on setting money aside for investment in AI technologies to transform their business. So you can see that in this region, we're right on the edge of a genuine AI explosion. Definitely, it's always possible. And it's more possible now for non-leaders to catch up with the leaders than it's ever been before. The technology is advancing so fast. The ability to access it and for, let's say, non-specialists to access it in a meaningful way has never been higher. So the key for catching up, I hate to say it, is just getting started, number one. And diving into it and learning from the leaders in APAC who have started on a large number of projects that are small in scope, high in value, fast to return. Look for those opportunities. And importantly, think about things like, how will I manage my data in the future? How will I deal with questions of ethics and privacy? And how will I stay on the cutting edge of AI technical evolution so I can continue to pour that into my business? Those are the sorts of questions that can be considered, and they can vault you into a leadership position very quickly. It's never been riper for a non-leader to reach a leadership position. Costly failures are a big challenge. And that's why when APAC is tackling smaller projects faster, that's a really good behavior pattern, because when you can get big returns off small changes, and if a small change doesn't work out, it doesn't turn into a large loss. The second thing is talent is a real barrier. And so having a plan to work with partners who can provide you talent, who can help develop your own talent, finding out ways to develop and focus the people you have on their ability to use and change their business using these technologies is extremely important. And then maybe the last area that tends to hold back the non-leaders is that it is a very steep initial learning curve. Is that the challenge in terms of how digital technologies and AI technologies can change a business is a very big challenge, and the changes can be fundamental to the business, not just in the way that people work, but in the way that you fundamentally do business. And that sort of challenge is not easy to step into.